Hello friends, hope you and your family are safe and healthy. Today in this video we will talk about how many zeros do we have in million versus billion versus trillion, and how many zeros do we have in lakh versus crore. So let's get started. If you see in front of your screen, I'm calling this as a game of zeros. So I've created 4 columns, which is one is million versus billion versus trillion, lakh versus crore, serial number, and the numbers. Basically, these are zeros that we will see. How many zeros do we have? And in million, billion, trillion, and lakh versus crore. So I've created a column of serial number from 1 to 12, and if you look at the column D, which is numbers, so starting from number 1, we are saying that we are adding 10 to the power 2, right? And then 10 to the power 3, 10 to the power 4 in the serial number 4, 10 to the power 5 in the serial number 5, 10 to the power 6 in the serial number 6, 10 to the power 7, 10 to the power 8, 10 to the power 9, 10 to the power 10, 10 to the power 11, and then 10 to the power 12, right? So we have 12 serial numbers with 12 raised to the power 12 number of zeros. So let's see who how do we call each number. I hope you are aware about this. So we call this as 100, right? We call this as 1000, we call this as 10,000. Now here, this is your lakh where we have 5 zeros. So in 1 lakh rupees, how many zeros do we have? These are 5 zeros. Now next is 10 lakh. You have got 6 zeros. So uh, just before this row you have 5 zeros, which is called as 1 lakh. Now 10 lakh will be 10 into 5 zeros, which is 10 lakh. So we can write here 10 lakh. Now this 10 lakh is also called as 1 million, which is basically 6 zeros. So we can write here 1 million. Now coming to the next row, which is 7th serial number, 10 to the power 7. This we call it as 1 crore. So basically in 10 lakh you have 5 zeros. Now in your crore you have 7 zeros, and in your million terms it is called as, because if you look at, you have got 7 zeros, and in millions you need 6 zeros. So this will become 10 6 zeros, which is 10 million, right? Let's go to next row, which is serial number 8. uh, this has got 8 zeros, right? 8 zeros, basically in a crore rupees we had 7 zeros. Now in 8 zeros we will call them as 10 crore, okay? And this will be called as 100 million. Why? You have got 8 zeros. In million you have got 6 zeros. So ahead of 100 you have got 6 zeros, which is 100 million. Now the next row, if you look at, it is serial number 9, which is basically in your this will become 100 crore, because this has got 9 zeros, and crore we just need 7 zeros. So we are ahead of 100 you have 7 more zeros, which is required for a crore. So this is 100 crore. And now so overall 9 zeros will make up to 1 billion, right? Very clear. So in a million you need 6 zeros. Let me keep it as bold wherever we have the millions and lakh. In fact, lakh is just above this, so I'm just doing a bold here, which is 1 million you need 6 zeros. For 1 billion you need 9 zeros. And now coming to the 10th row, uh, it is your, you have got 10 zeros, and in 100 crore you needed total 9 zeros. Now this will become 100 crores, and from a billion terms this will become 10 billion, because you've got 10 zeros, and for a billion you need only 9 zeros. So 10 into 10 to the power 9, which is 9 zeros, which is 10 billion totally. Now coming to the next row, which is 11th row. Here we call this as totally 11 zeros. So this is a very big number, and you need to really uh, always remember that if you have so many zeros, 11 zeros, right? So count this from a crore rupees. In a crore rupees you have 7 zeros, and this has got 11 zeros, so 4 zeros extra. When you have 4 zeros extra, you say 10,000, right? 10,000 that you call, this is called as 10,000 crores. Now in billion terms this will be called as in billion, how many zeros do we need? We need 9 zeros. So, and this has got 11 zeros, so you have got 100, and then 9 zeros ahead of 100, which is 100 billion. Now the last one, and this you have got 12 zeros. So for a crore rupees, again as I said, we need one for 1 crore rupee we need 7 zeros. So here you have got 12 zeros, 5 extra zeros. That means 5 extra zeros will be called as a lakh, right? 1 lakh. So let's put it this way: 1 lakh crore. Wow, this is your big number. And this 12 zeros are called as 1 trillion. 1 trillion, right? So here we have seen a clear difference between billion, million, billion, and trillion. Let me just bold this. And so your 13th row here, this is your million, which has got 6 zeros, 1 billion, which has got 9 zeros, and 1 trillion has got 12 zeros. In a lakh rupees you have got 5 zeros. In a crore rupees you have got 7 zeros. So this is basically your game of zeros. You need to just remember 3 or 4 things when you're dealing with zeros. So please be mindful. Whenever you see a lot of zeros, just divide and conquer, and that way you will be able to make out how much or what number that is. I hope you like this video. Please request to you, if you really like this video, please do subscribe and comment in the comment box for more topics, and do subscribe my channel. Thank you for your time. Thank you very much.